Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. So I hate when newscasters and people I see on TV and on YouTube, creators and that say, "Oh my gosh, June, it's June already? How can it be June already? Feels like this year just started." No, it didn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. This has been a long ass year and it's only June. We finally we finally made it to June, guys. Whew. Maybe we'll get this year behind us soon. I don't know though. We're going to go to two courts today, Maricopa County and Colorado. And that's plenty. Oh, wait. Yeah. Yep. Two different courts in Colorado, though. So 3 different courtrooms, I think. No, I know. I know because I got it ready. All right. Let's start with this one.
People versus Tricia Truscott, 24T1384. Mr. Truscott, Ms. Truscott appears. Hi, Ms. Truscott. Let me see what you got. You can, either one of you can bring it up. It's fine.
She's going to show you what she has, Judge. Don't worry.
Have you applied for the public defender? Okay, have you applied for the public defender? Those are your tax forms, ma'am. Those aren't.
Those are your tax forms, ma'am. Ma'am, you have a lawyer? No, but I have my tax forms, Judge. Case dismissed.
I'm sorry? I know, but have you, why don't you have a seat, Ms. Truscott? So what's your name?
Keith
Last name?
Ridley.
And Mr. Ridley, I think you were here last time as well.
Yeah,
Has Ms. Truscott applied?
I thought she was waiting for the papers to be able to get a defender. And
Well, she might be entitled to it, but,
I can't remember honestly.
okay, well, we're gonna solve the problem right now.
Okay.
I want you to leave the courtroom, walk across the street, to the big office building directly out the front door, right across the street. It
I have
says
changed
Veritas
my
on front of the 3rd floor and apply. You will be in the long line of half a dozen people that I've sent over. I then want you to come back here as soon as you're done. Okay? Thank you.
Don't worry about it. You'll never get one. Oops. I mean, hi, Victoria. My love, how are you? How's my coworker? I haven't seen your husband in many, many moons. What did you do with him? Did you hide him? Okay. We have more for this lady. Don't worry. Don't worry. Hey, Bobby.
Ms. Truscott and sir, let me see what you have.
Hey, Andrew.
This is Patricia Truscott, 24T1384. Oh, she's sometimes Brandenburg. Okay.
But what do tax papers say? Do they say Prescott or Brandenburg? Judge, look at her tax papers. Then you'll know.
Okay. Do you folks have someplace to be?
Yes.
You do?
Well, no, I mean,
This is just what you're doing? Okay. Ms. Fortner, this might be you, or Mr. Broughton, this might be you. So Ms. Truscott is sometimes known as Ms. Brandenburg. She has a warrant in 24M3161. The public defender won't take their application until the warrant's addressed. It is a warrant out of Judge Rahm's division, which now raises the issue of whether I'm the first in time. Why don't you folks have a seat and we'll work through it.
Twitchy, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
I'm sorry. I'm in a pile of different documents right now.
Who has the crown? Let me look. Oh.
It was for failure to appear, Ms. Are you Truscott or Brandenburg, ma'am?
Yes.
Are you both?
Yeah.
What's your name?
For the love of God, Judge, if you would look at the tax papers, this would not be happening.
Ms. What do you prefer, Ms.? Ma'am? Ms. Brandenburg appears. She's also known as Ms. Truscott. She's been in Judge Rahm's division some and appeared some and failed to appear some. I don't know whose case this is. I would imagine it's yours, Mr. Broughton, because maybe it's Mr. Collinsworth,
Just adjusting my
one,
seat.
the one being DEA I don't have.
It does look like Division 8 is the appropriate courtroom. It looks like we are first in time. Her appearance on bond in the Division 2 case was on January 22nd with charges arising from November 20th of 2024. This case started back in August with charges being filed from the date of offense on July 8th. So Division 8, to address the court's first concern is
Well, Twitchy, just so you know, they all watch me. All the other channels watch me. So now everybody knows. My coworker is here. I haven't seen my coworker in a long, long time. Michael, remember when it was just you and me, mods, in Judge Fleischer's courtroom? Those were not good times. I remember my eyes being peeled to chat. I didn't run to the ladies' room. I didn't do nothing, just peeled so I could yank a message right away. But listen, Michael, what are you doing up so early? Go to bed. Jeez.
is the proper court. It looks like we will in 24T1384, where she is named Truscott. It looks like we will be filing a motion for a name change. As to the warrant for failing to appear,
I'm sure
I
am.
have no objection to quashing that so that she can achieve representation.
The court hereby calls 24M3161. That's 24M3161. I quash the warrant in that case. I transfer that case from Division 2 to Division 8. Folks, what I'd like to do, the reason they wouldn't have spoken to you is because she had the warrant. I've now quashed the warrant. Would you mind?
And that's crazy. The public defender's office would not speak to them because she has a warrant. Doesn't she need them to help quash the warrant? I mean, isn't that something they do? You know, he's a quasher, all right, but only if you're undefended. You'll quash the warrant if you have no representation. No, the public defender's office would not even allow them to apply because she has a warrant. That doesn't make sense. Come on, Colorado, what are you doing?
I'm trying again today.
Yeah, we could go back over there.
Okay. I'm going to send you back. Well, it's a do-over. Okay,
Okay,
so
I get that.
make sure you come back and I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay.
And I'll even sign this. So that,
Okay. The women with a lot of last names and tax papers did in fact go to the public defender's office. And then then she comes back.
Okay.
This is People versus,
Christopher May, 24M3709, 25M285, 24T2553, 25M158. Mr. May appears, Mr. Beckford appears on his behalf. Mr. Collinsworth is here, along with Mr. Broughton and Ms. Fortner. I expect the DAs to be here for the rest of this docket and the next. Mr. Beckford, have you had a chance to review the pretrial services report that was filed today, I think?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Given that, well, let's start with you, Mr. Beckford. What would you like to say?
Yes, Judge. So, well, in terms of an offer, we just received an offer from Mr. Collinsworth yesterday. So we're going to need some time to go over that. I understand that he's going to ask for a remand. And so on that, to some degree, we would defer to the court. At the very least, it would be great if he could have, say, until 5 p.m. today. He's got some perishables in the fridge. And
He does.
in terms of the pretrial services report, he's been more or less in compliance. He comes to court meetings and he goes to tests. He's just been failing some of them. And the meth issue is like more or less addressed, but in terms of the medical marijuana card, he hasn't been able to get one because he can't afford it and he can't get a job because of his criminal history. And so he's also disabled. So that's sort of where we stand.
Have you tried a
Okay,
casino?
okay.
Maybe that would
Mr.
help.
Collinsworth, I have a preview of what you were going to ask for, but I'll ask you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to ask the court that Mr. May be immediately remanded. I will note that in his violation report that he returned positive tests for methamphetamine and THC both in April 16th and May 15th of 2025. I'd also like to note for the record that prior to the court entering the room, Mr. May was in the gallery cursing and directing profanities at me as I was sitting here. So I would ask for him to be immediately remanded.
Yeah, you can't do stuff like that, Mr. May.
What, you're not allowed to do that? You
It's
can't.
understandable. Can I interject?
Sorry?
Can I interject or speak what I've been advised and told by everybody? I thought this motion by pretrial was filed Wednesday, not today.
Well, I just
On
thought
the
it could have
the
been fine.
understanding, okay?
It's dated, I can give you a copy of it. It was
But anyways,
dated
well, I've
May
been in
21st, a week
well,
ago.
clear communication is everything, and upfront and openness or transparency, right? Is what we call that terminology.
Well, I can show you the have a seat for a second, Mr. Collinsworth. Mr. May, I can show you the report. It was just filed with me today.
Yeah, I know everybody's been on a big holiday for.
Okay, well, I will
Yeah.
tell you, I very clearly not been on holiday, but the
Micah, that's a tiny pet peeve of mine. Although it's not a big deal, but every time once in a while I stumble across these YouTube creators who claim they have Tourette's, and they just make the stupidest videos, and they think we're stupid. You know what? They think if you identify as having Tourette's that you actually have Tourette's, and they make these videos doing stupid things with their faces and everything. And it just annoys me because, people out there with Tourette's, are probably offended at that. But a lot of them do it. It's a thing just to claim this and then make videos. Don't do that.
but it's actually dated today or even within the last week. It's dated May 21st. And I can show you.
My birthday was on the 28th of April. My father died on the 26th of April last year. So it's been a long year. And then, like I said, this is just, you do the dates of the two hot UAs for methamphetamine. They haven't even been giving me UAs. They've only been giving me breathalyzers because they just want to get their money.
He can't remember he's pregnant.
And they're not. Yeah. Now all of a sudden they want to uphold the rules. Okay. You want to talk about BS. There we have it.
Okay. So
End of story.
So
Money.
So let's talk about let's talk about what is the perishable issue?
I got like a quarter of a gallon of milk and some cheese I need to eat with the rest of my meat that's already cooked, like lunch, probably lunch and dinner. Okay.
And I tried to
First of
accommodate.
the month, I had all my teeth pulled in the last 60 days. So my diet, the top ones were pulled, then they did the bottom ones. And then all the teeth were going in the holes of the ones that were it was a nightmare. They should have pulled them all at once. I've had such a struggle with it being homeless and that, and not having a fridge. Yeah. Now that everything's in order and well, my stability is my three hots, no cot. I sleep mat on a dorm. I sleep on a doormat in a jail. So that's all I am, is welcome in there and nowhere else in the world. So there we have it. Okay, let's go.
Give me a second, Mr. May.
Okay, to us it doesn't seem like valid, but to someone who's homeless, he has a valid point. He has milk and cheese, and it's going to go bad if he doesn't eat it because he has no refrigerator to put it in, and he doesn't know when he's going to be able to get milk and cheese again. So really, it is kind of a big deal that that stuff's about to go bad. It is. It doesn't seem like it, but it doesn't matter though. The milk and cheese will never be consumed, guys. Never.
Your Honor, if I may, just
Oh, sure.
very brief. Just to address Mr. May's transparency point, I just wanted to make the record that this report was emailed directly to Ms.
Yeah,
Forner and
Victoria.
Mr. Beckford on the 21st. And then
Pay
it was
attention.
subsequently forwarded to me because it was mistakenly sent to Ms. Forner. So Mr. Beckford had the report.
So can I
And
tell
the
you,
May
the day they
21st.
phone called me and tried to threaten me and intimidate me over this issue?
You know, Victoria, maybe you should listen to people who know what they're talking about instead of, just making things up. Instead of, you should listen to people who know the judge.
Okay. Mr. May, let's go, Deputy Spencer. Mr. May,
Jail, they over the phone, retrial.
Mr. May, I'll show you the report. I'm going to file, I hereby find a failure to comply. And I'm going to remand you right now. I'll set in on my earliest date next round, which is a while. It's June 23rd, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That'll be my next appearance. What about like a bond hearing or anything, or
So,
can we
Um,
address that? Like, yeah, because the methamphetamine's over. It's been a long grieving process. My mom has pretty much used my dad from, day one, left him a couple times, got back with him, and in the end, yeah.
I'm sorry for your losses, Mr. May.
My mom keeps messing
It's
with
been
my
a
dad who
long-
passed away last year.
I have my closure and I'm content with my life, okay? And yeah, the marijuana, I'm never gonna quit. The meth is not, it's just a byproduct of the.
He doesn't have a medical marijuana card. And he just told the judge he's never quitting marijuana. But don't worry, he figured out the meth, guys. The meth is not a problem.
Rest of society in my marijuana, okay? Yeah, honestly.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna grant the people's request and have you remanded,
that's
Mr. May.
fine.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Have a good day.
So I wanted to get the whole time he was arrested because it takes a long time for this man to get arrested. And now we heard that he was cursing out the prosecutor from the gallery, right? That's right, no teeth. He was he was cursing out the prosecutor from the gallery, right? This judge just had him remanded. If I was a bailiff, I would want to get this person out of the courtroom as soon as possible, right? I am super stressed right now watching this when I was recording this because I'm worried that this guy is going to go after the judge. And it takes forever. So I kept it recording. And luckily, the next person up is someone we know.
Okay. June 6th. June 23rd, 1 o'clock. Ms. Brandenburg, let's check out what you got and then we'll move on to the other folks.
Is there a rolling machine? So what's the stat, like a bond hearing or anything?
Yeah, I just set your next court appearance in front of me. Mr. Beck, stay in touch with Mr. Beckford and he'll be able to help you out.
They said to come back in about a week.
Good. Okay,
Yeah, so 4 weeks.
Mr. Truscott. This is People versus Tricia Truscott, also known as Tricia Brandenburg. You've been approved. I'm going to set you for a date in 3 weeks' time. Do you care which day?
No.
Okay. We'll set you.
In case you were wondering how she got approved so quickly at the public defender's office, it's because she had her tax papers with her, guys. Someone finally looked at her tax papers. Kelly, thank you.
On June 17th at 9 a.m. Here you go, folks. I've written the date right here. Okay. Have a good day. Okay, let's, Mr. Veery.
Radio, Mr. Zemeckis.
Okay, Mr.
All right.
Zemeckis.
We just did a whole nother hearing after this guy, and he is still trying to get arrested. They just can't do it. And by now, I'm really, really stressed out. I really think that the bailiff is not paying attention.
This is People versus Jacob Zemensky, 25M965, 25M1073, 25M27. Thank you. And 25M94. Mr. Zemensky. Appears,
He won't leave the
you
courtroom.
need the case. Mr. Zemensky appears. I call this case because somebody appeared in this case.
So he's right there. He's finally leaving the courtroom, guys. Whew. But since I already started Zemensky, I thought I would just finish him.
To have the right. Unmuted you. Mr. Veery appears on his behalf. Mr. Collinsworth, Mr. Broughton, and Ms. Fortner are here for the people. Is there anything you would like to address, Mr. Veery?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and so I called this case to see if the person online wanted to speak. Does the person online wish to speak? If so, I'll stay silent for about 5 or 10 seconds. And if so, say something. If not, that's fine. Okay, hearing no one, I move on. Mr. Broughton, anything from the people?
We're trailing a felony, Your Honor. I would just ask for probably a 6 or 9 week set over.
Okay, what would you like, Mr. Veery?
Well, actually,
Did you already sign a continuance form?
I did not, but I was incorrect about not wanting to address something. I did want to respond to the court's order on May 13th regarding the protection orders in these cases. It appears that the alleged victim in these cases would like a no contact order, and we have absolutely no objection to that.
Okay. I will pop this into my inbox to remind me I have a lot going on, guys. So I'll do what I can to enter an order in writing. Thank you very much.
And as far as the set over goes,
Yeah, when did you want?
Mr. Zemensky does appear upstairs on July 8th at 9 a.m. So I was wondering if we could just do the same day
That's
at
fine.
10.
July 8th as soon as you can, Mr. Zemensky, come downstairs because I have my alternate defense counsel docket at 10, but that's fine. We'll set this July 8th at 10 a.m. Okay, thank you.
All right, we're gonna stay in Colorado. I love Colorado. We're gonna have 2 different judges in this clip, though. As soon as I can find it, guys. There's Bowtie Judge. Hi, Eric. How you doing? Tomorrow.
31 and 32 are Mr. Gregory Haynes. That is 22 CR 4681, 25 CR 467 entries.
Daniel Cohen on behalf of people. Josh Lindell on behalf of Mr. Haynes, who appears with me on bond.
I don't know, Bobby, but you sure missed a great Pink Pony Club solo tonight at the bar. Yes, the band that was in. She walked in the door, and I couldn't. She looked just like another band that always comes in. Okay, so it's not my fault. They look really similar, and she walks in, and I'm like, "Hey, okay, just so you know, at a normal bar when they do live music, it is all from 100 years ago. You know, it's Sweet Caroline and Margaritaville and Freebird. Okay, so when a band comes in and they play Pink Pony Club, that's crazy. It's just crazy. So a couple weeks ago, a band came in and they played Pink Pony Club. And then this band comes in tonight or last night or wherever, just within the last couple hours. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you the one that sang Pink Pony Club last time you were in here? And she said yes. But then I realized she lied because it wasn't her, it was someone else. But that's okay. She's allowed to lie. So in the middle of this set, this girl breaks out Pink Pony Club. And I got so excited again, like a kid at Christmas at the bar. And I started singing loudly from behind the bar. So it was her singing over there. And then I walked around the restaurant singing loudly. I didn't care. It was great.
All right, how are we proceeding today?
We are prepared to proceed with resentencing on the revocation, and we'll be entering a plea of not guilty and asking for future dates on the new charge.
You got discovery and everything on the new charge? Because you didn't have the public defender before.
On the DF2, yeah. Yeah, I have everything on this.
All right, Mr. Cohen?
Oh, the judge is awake.
With regards to sentencing?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, in the 22 case, Mr. Haynes was previously, he pled guilty to a F5 menacing M1 prohibited use. The reason for the revocation is that he pled to a new offense, as the court has seen. He'd also
New offenses, I believe.
yes, or I have at least one listed. The probation
Guilty in Douglas County, 24 CR 1017. And in Denver, 25 CR. No, just the 24 CR 1017, I think.
Right, because 25 CR
Yeah.
467 is the other case we're here on.
Right.
He also has another pending misdemeanor case out of Denver, 25 M72, I believe it is. It's a drug case as well. The probation's recommendation is for a Department of Corrections sentence based on the fact that that Douglas County case started as menacing and ultimately pled to another crime. I believe that that is appropriate. The range is 1 to 3 years in the Department of Corrections. So I would just ask that the court impose a DOC sentence.
Mr. Lundell?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Haynes is asking for another opportunity on probation. He wants to take responsibility for not meeting the standard that the court and probation and he set himself to in this matter. He states that he fell in with the wrong crowd and essentially, picked these up back to back. And he has removed himself from that location, from those folks. He is getting into DV and drug classes up in Fort Collins right now. He's stabilized things and he has a potential job lined up at Frito-Lay. However, he is waiting to see if he is given an opportunity on probation in this case or if he is going to be sent to DOC before accepting that. He has an apartment he can stay downtown that will give him some additional stability in the community.
Sir, you have the right to tell me anything you'd like me to know before I sentence.
Yes, sir. I would just like to ask for a second chance. I finally had got Medicaid so they could pay for my treatments and everything. That's what I was going for my probation up to court to sign up for the DV and the street program.
Well, you pointed a gun at somebody and you were given a chance at probation. You blew it on a case that you picked up by threatening someone with a knife.
No, I didn't.
We don't go back on probation, given.
But
the
it was just a
facts
knife,
of that
Judge.
case.
It wasn't a gun.
I never got charged with threatening nobody with a knife. Or the charge was a slash a tire.
Menacing is not a slash of a tires charge, sir.
I thought the charge was a M2. It wasn't a menacing. I got it to a M2. It was a criminal mischief.
Well, that's what you pleaded guilty to, but you were charged with menacing. So there's a
Yeah.
knife involved.
I know, but the
Sir, we're
victim
not having a discussion here. You pointed a gun at somebody in my case. We gave you a chance at probation, and then you're going out there doing something wrong with knives. You shouldn't have been doing it. You're gonna get 2 years in the Department of Corrections. There's a mandatory parole period of 2 years. What's his pre-sentence confinement credit?
17 days.
Do not misuse guns do not misuse guns or weapons. You said how many days?
Or mattresses
Seven-
or
17.
tires.
17 days pre-sentence confinement credit. And in the other case, we'll enter the not guilty plea. So if motions due May 26th. Speedy's November 5th, 2025. How about June 6th for hearing on motions?
Fine with people.
We'll do that at 10 a.m. We need a writ to DOC in person for June 6th.
Yo, I freaking love that idea. Because then people will buy more beer because they need to. It's a matter of life and death. They need a drink.
And then we'll set trial on June 6th.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
In 22 CR 460.
I'm sorry, what's the question?
There's that. The misdemeanor.
I just asked it to be concurrent.
Yeah, we'll send
They'll send
180 days county jail concurrent. Thank
Oh,
you,
he
thank
did
you. Sign this up.
concurrent.
Appreciate it.
This judge doesn't usually do concurrent. Well, if he messes up, well, he did mess up though. I don't know why he did concurrent. When they mess up, when he gives them probation and they mess up, he's consecutive. He tells them that. He does love to ponder. He does.
Mr. Lindell.
This is Mr. Rosales here for sentence.
Anybody else who's out of custody, we need to get them called because we're going to take a break in a couple minutes here.
No break, Judge. Keep working.
25 628, People versus Rosales. Entries.
Daniel Cohen on behalf of people.
Josh Lindell on behalf of Mr. Rosales, who appears with us on bond.
All right, set for sentencing.
Before we get to sentencing, I just want y'all to know another day went by and I still don't know his name. Do you want to know why? This judge he must have been off this week because I didn't see him at all this week. Also, no Georgia, zero. Wait, One Georgia judge. There was one, Lisa Colbert. I think I got it. I didn't look at it yet. One Georgia judge all week long. I don't know what's going on in Georgia, but I'm starting to get a little annoyed that their judges just aren't streaming right now. I'm about to drive down there. I did, in fact, call Judge Reeves' clerk and tell her that I missed him and I wanted him to come back on. Thank you, Fozzie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. JK, shut up, JK. I mean, I'm sorry. Thank you, JK. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sentencing today, Mr. Cohen.
Thank you. And if I may just start by asking if Tammy Rosales is present in court today. We did reach out and speak with Ms. Tammy Rosales, and she said she might attend, but she hadn't decided as of when we spoke to her last. Doesn't appear she's here today. I know Your Honor had concerns about this case when it was pled because of the use of a sword, and I think defense counsel and I both explained the manner in which it was used and why we reached the disposition we did.
I said
I would just
Fozzie
note that
first.
it's clear from the facts that Mr.
No one
Rosales
listens to me,
was
ever.
intoxicated when this happened. And it seems to me that Mr. Rosales has an issue that needs to be addressed with regards to alcohol. He does not have felony history. There's a prior class 2 misdemeanor criminal mischief, and he has a few general sessions VPOs, but no significant history to speak of. Given those facts, I think Mr. Rosales would be an appropriate candidate for a probationary sentence to potentially get the treatment and services that he needs. This is a misdemeanor plea, so I think, frankly, there's a high probability that we'll get more out of probation than we would if we were to sentence him to jail right away. I take no position on whether the court feels any additional jail as a condition of probation would be appropriate should the court agree that this is a probation appropriate case.
Do you want me to wait?
I do not have any notes of restitution being requested, and as I said, we have been speaking with the victims. So at this time, I believe I can state there is no restitution being sought.
Mr. Lindell.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Rosales is requesting a probationary sentence with no additional jail. He did 74 days on this matter. The first meeting I had with him, he described this as his rock bottom. It was clear he felt very shameful and remorseful over his acts in this case. He's really working through the process right now of assessing his relationship with alcohol and how quick he is to anger. He told me, I want to do probation. I'm a little bit scared, but I do really think they can help me. And I've just encouraged him, keep showing up to probation. Even if you hit a speed bump, that's the number one thing, is you got to stick with this. And I think he has a really good mindset going forward to that. Since he's been out on that PR bond between the plea and sentencing, he's gotten right to work. He has submitted several job applications, one to a moving company and one to Walmart. So he's just waiting on results from those. He also applied for food stamps and a couple other benefits. So he hit the ground running and is setting himself up for success.
Sir, you have the right to tell me anything you'd like me to know before I sentence?
No.
Well, based on what your attorney said, it may have felt like rock bottom, but it can go worse.
I can make it go
And
worse.
that would be 304 days in the county jail. Let's not get there. If I wanted to punish you, all I would do is be putting you in jail today. Probation is the only way I can offer help. So I'm going to sentence you to 2 years of probation. There, you are going to have to do domestic violence classes. You're going to have to do substance abuse evaluation, anger management, anything else that the probation officer deems appropriate, you're going to have to complete. It is not easy. It's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of time.
It's okay. I
You're
snitched on him.
exactly right. We can forgive people who are trying but stumbling. You just blow it off, and it's just a jail sentence. Report to probation at 303 West Colfax. As soon as you leave this courthouse, it's just catty corner from here, and I wish you luck.
All right.
They will show the gold man again. They just keep changing the camera angles. I guess when they clean.
Nah,
We'll blame it on the
we may as well
cleaning
revoke
lady.
his bond. We may as well revoke the bond and just reset it, reissue another bond. Okay. Was it a PR bond or what was Hayes on?
No, it goes in here. Oh, no. Couple days in between.
Yeah, we'll revoke the and set another $7,000 surety bond. Well, he's getting credit. Mr. Black,
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Evans, number 18.
all right, 24 CR 2323.
Maybe, but I've only ever seen that gold man on his desk, and I often see the camera angles change. So as soon as it's right over here. Excuse me. It's right over here somewhere. So they just need to turn the camera a smidgen. And that's a technical term, guys. NASA even measured it. It just needs to turn the camera a smidgen.
People versus Rocky Evans entries.
Daniel the check over the people.
Jake Black on behalf of Mr. Evans, who's out of custody on bond, to my right or to my left.
Kay, I'm so sorry, Kay.
All right, it's set for pretrial today.
Kay, any message you have is allowed anytime. Anything. Well, except anyway. And we also are very, very there in Discord. If you need to talk at any time for any reason, go to Discord. We are all there for you.
We are set for trial on the 20th. Prosecution announcing ready.
We are ready.
Defense ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, your bond is going to be returnable on Monday, the 19th and Tuesday, the 20th. Your attorney will tell you which date your trial is going to go as soon as I figure out.
It's just not fair, okay? Because I have a whole list. Why is it your friend instead of my list?
Which case I'm going to keep in the coverage. So the 19th and the 20th are bond return dates. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Because it might start on Monday.
All right, see everybody for trial.
He loves trials.
Yeah.
He loves trials. Michael, I bet our lists match. I bet we have the same people on our list.
Bassett, 25 CR 659. Good afternoon. Could you state your name for the record?
Say your name. Go ahead and step up here.
Okay. Did you watch a video, read a piece of paper advising you of your rights?
You need to speak up so he can hear you.
Yeah. Do you have any questions regarding your rights?
Open the door, and then, sir, maybe, and then the judge can hear him.
Okay. Court did your affidavit in support of warrantless arrest and define probable cause of start the people regarding bond and bond conditions.
Your Honor, I'd recommend a $500 cash only bond with no contacts with the with victim.
This would be an officer.
Yeah, he would be the technical victim of the attempt to influence, and I suppose also the misdemeanor menacing. So no contact with that officer. Would also a request that MIPS be authorized.
Okay. From the defense.
Your Honor, I would note that Mr. Bassett does not have any money to be able to post bond in this case. He has lived in Colorado, specifically northern Colorado, for about 9 years at this point. He came looking for work. He does have ways to get to and from court. With that, we're asking for a personal kindness bond.
Thank you. Reviewing the bond application, Arguments from the people on the fence. Court does note.
Possibly, yeah. What he's doing right now is just finishing up that case. So once the staff gets it.
Looking at the out-of-state criminal history, the court does see similar type of offenses, but it looks like much of this is older criminal history. So the court's going to, in reviewing that bond application arguments from the people in the defense. The court was also looking at the affidavits, and is wondering what may be the F4 allegation in here, I guess perhaps the threat to the officer. In the affidavit. Court was reviewing that also. So the court's going to, taking all that into consideration, the court's going to set bond the amount of $300 cash only. Court's going to order standard pretrial services. Court will authorize MIPS. The order to be law abiding, report to pretrial services within 24 hours of your release. The order to comply with the mandatory protection order that states you shall not harass, molest, intimidate, retaliate against or tamper with any witness to or victim that acts or charged with committing. No contact order with Officer Holden except incidental contact in line of duty.
And then she's here.
The next court date will be May 14th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. courtroom 3A. Do you have any questions, sir? Anything else from the people? From the defense?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Dubay, Your Honor.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Could you state your name for the record?
Cameron Dubay.
Did you watch a video, read a piece of paper advising you of your rights?
Yes.
Do you have any questions regarding your rights?
No, sir.
Okay, court did review the update and support of warrantless arrest and determine probable cause. We'll start with the people regarding bond and bond conditions. If you could also make a VRA record as well. I think maybe the named victim is on WebEx.
Could be, Your Honor, if the court wouldn't mind inquiring.
Okay, is there anyone here on the Dubay matter?
I work today, Donald, a little bit.
And if you could please state your name for the record.
At my other
And
job.
your last name. Let the court know anything you would like regarding bond and bond conditions.
Yes, Your Honor. My first name is Kian, last name Alsagaf, spelled Alsaggaf. I'd like to request a few things if I have the opportunity to. I'd like to be able to request Cameron to be released on his recognizance on the reason being he was intended to start a new job today, to be able to support both me and his 2 young children that he has here in the community. And he currently does not possess money to be able to post bond for himself. So giving him the opportunity to work would be beneficial. The other thing I'd like to request is if he to be released for his alcohol monitoring to be enhanced, whether that be through daily UAs or ankle alcohol monitoring. I think that would highly benefit him. And in addition to that, monitoring the protection order to at least allow phone communication so we're able to communicate regarding our shared life bills and kind of things going forward through like phone if that's appropriate.
Thank you. Anything else?
I believe that would be all that I have at the moment, Your Honor.
Thank you. From the defense?
Yeah, me and my parents
From
are
the
very.
I'm sorry, from the people.
It looks like the defendant.
This one was hard for me. This one was hard because all right, I think this charge that he's in there for is strangling. All right, domestic violence against her. All right. However, it's not the first strangulation against her he has. It's the second one. I think. So that's the second one that like she called the police about and was reported. So most women don't report the first incident or the second or the third. You know, it takes a bit, and then they call the police. But they have kids together, okay? And he works, like he provides money, probably most of the money. So they have a no contact order. So now she has zero help with the kids. Any help that she used to have with the kids is gone. She used to do it all herself. Well, he's in jail. So he can't work. So now not only does she have no more help with the kids, but she don't have any money to pay any of the bills. And then they're going to put a bond on him. All right. And they say the rule is that the victim cannot pay the bond. In reality, that's just not how it works. No matter what amount of money the judge says that the bond is going to be, this one right here is the one who's going to have to, without any help with the kids and no money coming in, find the money to get him out of jail, even though they're not allowed to talk to each other or whatever. You know, she'll give it to a friend's sister's brother's cousin, whatever. So they're protecting her, and that's their job. And they should protect her. Okay, I'm not saying that they shouldn't protect her. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is, like, she's royally getting screwed, because he decided to strangle her twice. And yes, she should have realized off the first time, but it's hard when you're in that situation, especially when you have kids, because you have kids and you need money for kids. And, you know, he provides money and she loves him. So maybe he didn't mean it the first time. You know, he said he was going to change. She wants to believe him. She's going to believe him. That happens again. And now she's screwed. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's just none of you all are young enough for any advice to matter, because you're all past this. But man, if there's any young kids watching this, just, it's fine if there's a 2-income household, but don't rely on a second income. Make sure you are financially independently stable, especially before you have kids. And if you have kids, get financially stable right away. Yeah, they have a women's crisis center, but they're not going to pay her bills, all of them. And if they do, it'll just be a little bit. And they're not going to like watch her kids. He's still going to require her to pay his bond. I don't know. It's just not fair. I remember when my husband first left me and my son was 8 months old. Like, all I wanted was I wanted the courts to force him to take the kids. Not always, but at least 2 days a week. I wanted someone to force that man to be a dad to these kids. And you just can't do that. Like, literally, if you have a kid, you can just stand up and walk away. And that's not illegal. You can just stand up and walk away. And, you know, if the other person files for support, then I guess you have to pay it or not, you know, but you don't have to be a parent. Yeah. That's where you know what? That's another thing. That's you get a lot of therapy at a bar. I know alcohol is a bad, bad, bad thing, but I see people every night that get a lot of therapy at the bar. And it's if you go to the same bar every day, you meet friends, you instant group of friends instantly. So if you're sitting at home right now saying, you know, I don't have any friends, I only have my online friends, fine. Every day at 5 o'clock, go buy one beer. And I promise you, by the end of a week, you will have a group of friends you didn't even know about. and they will tell you the same thing. Don't put yourself in the position where you have to. Yes, it is. It absolutely is optional. And that was a shock to me when he first left and I wanted him to parent and there was nobody to enforce it. There is not one person to enforce it. He did not have to call the kids. He didn't have to text the kids. He didn't have to come and see the kids. He didn't have to pay support on the kids for 8 months. Took 8 months to get a penny. Optional. Yeah, whatever. But anyway, financially independent before you have kids. I know it's too late for all of us.
There's another F4 strangulation domestic violence case that is pending right now. And that one, he has a $6,000 co-PR bond. In light of that, I would recommend $1,000 cash only bond in this case with enhanced or intensive pretrial supervision, no consumption of any drugs, alcohol, or marijuana, random UAs with ETGs authorized, no contact with the listed victim, no possession of any weapons, and the DV firearms advisement. Thank you.
Thank you. From the defense?
Your Honor, I will note that Mr. Duvay, he does not have any money to post bond in this case. We are hoping for either personal kindness bond or co-PR bond or a significantly low cash bond in the amount of $200. He has been in Colorado for 24 years.
So I paused it just in case you missed it. The prosecutor wants him to pay $1,000 cash bond. Defense attorney wants him to pay $250 cash only bond.
He has a lot of family here, including his brother, mother, father. All of them are here in northern Colorado. He also has children here as well that are 2 and 4 that he has 50-50 custody of. He also, before being arrested, was working at J&L Enterprises and Rico Siding as a carpenter. So he also has gainful employment. We have no objection to the illicit victim's request for electronic communication in this case. I know that Mr. Duvay was living with the illicit victim on the date of offense regarding this. He does have somewhere else that he would be able to live, including with family. But I think having some sort of communication about the bills and those sorts of things would be helpful. We would also be requesting a one-time civil standby so Mr. Duvay can get some of his belongings from the shared residence as well. So those are our requests.
Thank you. From the people, I just want to make sure this pending F4, is this the alleged same victim?
I'm pulling that up right now, Your Honor, but I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Reviewing the bond application arguments from the people in the defense. Interviewing this affidavit and knowing that there's another similar type of offense that's pending with the alleged same victim, court has serious concerns for community safety and safety of Ms. Alzagaf as well. Noting that what's in the affidavit, it appears that perhaps Ms. Alzagaf's going through her own issues as well. Court's going to set bond the amount of $400 cash only. Court's going to order intensive pretrial services. The court will authorize MIPS, no alcohol, no drugs, no marijuana without prescription. Monitoring sobriety is directed by pretrial services, random UAs with 2 times a week with ETG authorized. You order to remain law abiding. You order to report to pretrial services within 24 hours of your release. You order to comply with the mandatory protection order that states you shall not harass, molest, intimidate, retaliate against or tamper with any witness to or victim of the act you're charged with committing. In order to keep things as simple as possible for Mr. Duvet and Miss Al-Sagath, the court's going to order that you comply with the no contact order in 25 CR 281. So what I don't want is I don't want two conflicting no contact orders. So I'm just going to order that you comply with the one that's currently set in 25 CR 281. Whatever contact that allows or does not allow is what you need to abide by, okay? Is that a full no contact order right now?
No, it was modified. I'm just pulling up the modifications, but it looks
Our computer is being very slow right now.
like it was modified back in March.
And what's that allowed?
Sorry, my internet is also kind of slow right now. Remain 50 yards from victim and victim's residence at all time. No contact except for phone and electronic contacts or written contacts. Authorized in-person contact allowed in public and therapeutic settings.
Okay. So there's no contact allowed at her home
It does not
or
appear,
their home, I should say. I'm not sure.
it appears that contact would not be
Okay.
authorized.
Mr. Duvet, you're also ordered to not, if I didn't already say, I just want to make sure you're ordered to not possess, purchase, control, firearm, or other weapon. You should not possess or purchase any ammunition. You shall relinquish any firearms or ammunition within 24 hours of your release. You shall not possess or consume alcohol or controlled substances. There will be a distance restriction of 50 yards and civil standby is allowed. So you're ordered to comply with the previously issued no contact order in case 25 CR 281. It looks like contact at home is not allowed. The allegations that in this affidavit allege that they did occur at your residence. So the court's going to also issue a GPS monitor prior to release with a half-mile exclusion zone from the place of Miss Elsa lives. So pre-trial, does that mean I need to issue no contact order in this matter for that to take place?
Yes, Your Honor, but what you can do is issue a new contact order and say that it mirrors the previous no contact order in 25 CR 281.
Okay, so the court's going to issue no contact order in this matter. It's going to mirror 25 CR 281 with the only other addition being that there's a half-mile exclusion zone on the GPS prior to release. Next court date will be May 14th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 3A. You have any questions, sir?
No, sir, I appreciate it.
Anything else from the people?
Mayor.
From the defense?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Davis is present on the mobile unit.
Okay. Is this Davis 25M995?
Yes, sir.
Can you state your name for the record?
Christopher Adam Davis.
Did you watch a video or read a piece of paper advising you of your rights?
Yeah, I know my rights.
Do you have an opportunity to review the charges against you?
Right, what?
Do you have an opportunity to review the charges against you?
I don't even know the rights against me, sir.
I'm sorry?
I don't even know what's going on, sir.
Did you have an opportunity to review the charges against you?
Sir, I don't even know what's going on.
Will you answer my question, please?
I don't understand.
Both of these grown adult men know exactly what the other person is saying. They just do. Why? Why do these conversations happen?
What's going on?
Has anyone advised you of what you're being charged with?
No.
Okay, you're charged with a class 1 misdemeanor, violation of a restraining order. The court did review the affidavit in support of warrantless arrest and did find probable cause of start the people regarding bond conditions.
Your Honor, the listed victim is here and would like to address the court.
Okay. Can you please come up to the podium, state your name for the record and state your last name. Let the court know anything you like regarding bond conditions.
Elizabeth Smith, Your Honor. What I wanted the court to know is that I was not aware that we still had a protective order. Nobody told me that that extended past his sentencing. He had already pleaded guilty and had already served 102 days in jail. And nobody notified either one of us that there was still a protective order. I did file a motion today to lift the order. I do take care of his medical needs. He is handicapped and is very disabled, and I'm the only one that is able to take care of him. I would like the court to.
So if you got hit by a bus tomorrow, ma'am, what, he would just die?
Take all that duration, until his next court date.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. From the people?
Yeah, I think there are pretty clear mental health issues at play in this case. I would recommend co-sign personal recognizance bond with NIPS being authorized. Thank you.
Thank you. From the defense?
Your Honor, in this case, I am asking for a personal recognizance bond regarding this case. One concern that I have is that I think that no, I'll take that back. The other things I would note is that when I met with Mr. Davis, I also just sort of observed some of his medical issues. He did appear confused. He does suffer from epilepsy. I think he does have ties to the community. My concern with a co-PR bond is I don't think that there's many people that might be able to sign for that. So I think that that could be a big hindrance to him being able to be released from custody. So if that's something the court is considering,
I'll sign it.
I would ask for the court to consider personal recognizance bond and any additional non-monetary conditions of bond that the court finds appropriate to address any lingering concerns that the court has.
Thank you. Reviewing the bond application argues from the people in defense, reviewing the affidavits part of warrantless arrest.
This guy's not working
Based off the record
ever.
of Ms. Smith as well. The court's going to grant a $1,750 personal recognizance bond. Court's going to order stand-up pretrial services. The court will authorize MIPS. You are to remain law-abiding, sir, and you are to report to pretrial services within 24 hours of your release. In order to comply with the mandatory protection order that states you shall not harass, molest, intimidate, retaliate against or tamper with any witness to or victim that acts you're charged with committing. And then the court's not going to issue another no contact order as there's already one in place. But to you, Mr. Davis, and to you, Ms. Smith, you can't just assume protection orders are no longer in place, okay? So you need to make sure that the process goes through that. If you believe there's no longer no contact order in place, that you verify
Monica,
that.
thank you.
That's your
Thank you so
responsibility,
much.
Mr. Davis, but I'm
I'm gonna try to show you this
as
sticker.
well because it seems that perhaps there's some underlying issues that is beyond the court's knowledge at this time. So your next court date will be May 12th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. courtroom 5D. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Anything else from the people?
Not for me.
I agree.
I have a question.
Okay.
If he's not allowed to post, if he's not able to post bond, will he just remain in custody until the next court date?
He will, but he does, in this case, at least he has a personal recognizance bond.
If he can't post his personal recognizance bond, Judge, does he have to stay in jail? I mean, how is he going to post a personal recognizance bond?
Requires his signature. Okay.
For him, like he decides it.
Yes, he can sign it, but I can't speak to any other case that might be holding.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Do we have that?
I thought that was the end. And when I recorded that, it was like 4:08 or 4:06 a.m. My stream was just about to start, but there was more. I couldn't redo it to capture everything in one because you guys were ready for the stream, so I had to cut it up. So here's the next part.
Okay. Do we have the
Still
Okay.
pondering.
Sir, can I ask about my pills,
Your what?
my medication?
Okay, what about your medication?
Can I get it, please, sir?
Sir, I don't have the ability to order the sheriff's office to give you or not give you medication.
Did you try, Judge?
My hope, since you have personal recognizance bond, that you should be getting out soon, as long as nothing else is holding you, and hopefully that will take care of the medication issue you're having right now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I control this medication. That's part of the problem with the no contact. I give them this morning and evening meds. So that's part of the problem.
And-
part of the.
And I understand that, but I didn't issue no
And again, if you got hit by a bus tomorrow, what? He would not get his pills?
contact order in this case. I don't have the jurisdiction to modify the case that has no contact order. You need to go to that court and you need to get an order from that court that issued a no contact order. I don't have the ability to do that. I just did not issue one in this case, okay?
I just have one more question, Your Honor, if I may.
Okay.
A part of my current no contact order, it says that we can have contact in public. Is that how I can give him his medication if it's in a public setting?
I can't be giving you legal advice, okay? I would.
You're a lawyer, Judge. You can.
Well, you could reach out to the district attorney's office. You could reach out to the court for clarification. I
You could
can't
read a law
tell you
book.
what you can and cannot do. I can just tell you there's court orders that you need to abide by, and it's up to Mr. Davis to be able to abide by them, okay? So I would suggest perhaps getting that modified to a way that works for both of you if you can, okay? Thank you. Do we have Mr. Alvaro left? Patient. I can't tell you what you can and cannot do, okay? I can just tell you there's court orders that you need to abide by, and it's up to Mr. Davis to be able to abide by them, okay? So I would suggest perhaps getting that modified to a way that works for both of you if you can, okay? Thank you. Do we have Mr. Alvaro left?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And do we have, okay. Mr. Alvaro, could you please state your name for the record?
It's Kashish Alvaro.
Did you watch a video or read a piece of paper advising you of your rights?
Yes.
And do you have any questions regarding your rights?
No.
Okay. Looks like probable cause has already been determined in this matter. We'll go and start with the people regarding bond and bond conditions.
And Your Honor, has the bond already been set on this case?
Let me double check actually. No, it looks like
It's
the
always
warrant
signed
just
off
signed
by
off
the
by
judge Gerard,
Gerard, but there was no.
My dog could come over here and pee on my foot and I wouldn't yell at her. I would never yell. I can't imagine ever yelling at my dog ever. I yell at Anthony every day. Actually, I don't even know if he's home right now. He sent a text at 10 o'clock saying, "Hey guys, can someone pick me up between 11:30 and 12 midnight?" Well, I was dead asleep. My daughter was dead asleep. So I assume he got home from work. He's 21. He can figure it out, right? It was a cat. It's always a cat, always. And if anybody wants a cat, let me know. I have cats. I have kittens and I have cats. I'm slamming my desk and my phone. Yeah, he got off work 11:30 to midnight p.m. 11:30 p.m. to midnight. Sometime I got home from work yesterday and I was exhausted. I just crashed. Poor Anthony, my foot. Poor Anthony. Listen, when I was 21 years old, I didn't need someone to pick me up from work. Well, that's not 100% true. So often my boyfriend picked me up from work at that time. So maybe I did need someone, but I did have my own car.
Wow.
I'll mail it.
From what I can see.
Piece by piece.
Sorry, one moment.
Take your time.
Yeah, this is on the higher end of the most failures to appear I've ever seen for one individual.
I love that about him. Good job, sir.
There's a note on the bond
For the
average.
record.
There's a competency history, but I would request a cash only bond. I defer to the court on the amount.
From the defense.
Your Honor, I would note that Mr.
Why
Alvaro
I don't
is
understand.
a veteran. He does have significant ties to Colorado. He lives in Windsor with his wife and his 3 children that are aged 11, 6, and 4. My understanding is that he's also had significant health concerns. He has been dealing with seizures. He also recently lost a significant amount of weight in a short period of time. So he has had different doctor's appointments with his PCP as well as the Veteran Affairs to try and go over blood work and other things to pinpoint what is going on. My understanding is that he is currently on probation as well. I don't see any pending revocations. Another thing I would note is the delay of filing of charges in this case. It looks like the date of offense for this case is April 2nd, 2022. And this was not, the warrant in this case was not filed until April 25th of this year. And Mr. Alvaro is appearing before Your Honor 10 days later. So I don't think that he is a flight risk, especially considering those circumstances and the short turnaround with regards to that. We would be requesting a person reconnaissance bond. I would ask the court not to require Mr. Alvaro to report to pretrial services since he is also under the supervision of probation, like I mentioned. I think given his medical circumstances, as well as his hearing impairments, I think just communicating with his probation officer and complying with that makes the most sense with regards to a bond condition in this case.
Thank you. I'm reviewing the affidavit, bond application, arguments from the people on the defense. Court does note 40 failures to appear, which is extremely high. Court also notes in the record multiple, frauds by checks, forgeries, thefts. So the court doesn't feel with the allegations of the affidavit, the failures to appear, criminal history, the fact that Mr. Alvaro is on probation. The court's not going to grant personal recognizance bond considering all those circumstances. The court's going to set bond the amount of $350 cash only. Court's going to order that you report to probation within 24 hours of your release, that you comply with the mandatory protection order that states you shall not harass, molest, intimidate, retaliate against, or tamper with any witness to or victim of the acts you're charged with committing.
Okay, guys. Now we have homework. Okay. This is a great idea. I promise. All right. She just taught us how to say that all in sign language. So if you do not know American Sign Language right now, at least take the time to rewind this video over and over and over again until I'm going to go back 10 seconds until you learn how to say this. And then every time, you are in communication with someone else who knows American Sign Language, only just keep repeating this.
Order that states you shall not harass, molest, intimidate, retaliate against, or tamper with any witness to or victim of the acts you're charged with committing. The next court date will be
Just keep saying that. I'm stuck. Just keep saying that over and over and over again. As soon as you meet someone who knows American Sign Language, that's all you need to say over and over again.
May 6, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 5A. Do you have any questions, sir?
But you're saying May 26th, right?
May 6th, 06.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Anything else from the people?
No, you're.
From the defense?
No, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're going to end this in one more court. We're going to do the docket from that new court I found in Maricopa. Yes, please scratch right in front of me. Thanks. I love when you do that.
I appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You are also on probation.
I did not record this court. I mean, obviously I recorded this court. I did not watch this court. We're watching it together for the first time. So I don't know what's about to happen here. But I did find something out. Okay, so they keep streaming at 5 a.m., 8 a.m., 11 a.m., something, probably 1 or 2 or something like that. And then 5 p.m., 8 p.m., 11 p.m., blah, blah, blah. All right. And I was really hoping that if I set it up to record and I went to work for 12 hours, that it would get all of the dockets. And it doesn't. So here's one docket. This is what we're going to watch today. And then I kept it, well, I was at work. So I kept it recording. And that's when my cat stepped on something and opened something up because my cats are, I don't care, dicks. And then nothing. So you have to press play each time they go live, which really, really broke my heart. But that's okay. We'll watch what we got.
I appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You are also on probation for 3 separate felony convictions. And as I mentioned earlier, the public defender's office appointed to represent you on those matters. Your probation officers requested that a hold be placed on the new charge. Actually, in all 4 cases, your new charge and the 3 probation violation matters, a $250 bond has been set in each of them. Your next court date on the new arrest is.
We hear, remember, we hear people say that they're freezing in this courtroom. This courtroom must be really cold, and they're in Arizona.
Will be June 3rd at 8:30 Court in downtown Phoenix, and on the 3 probation violation matters, it will be June 3rd also at 8:30 downtown Phoenix. There you go, and your order's right over there. Richard Andrews, and then it'll be Cedric Ige. Full name, date of birth?
Richard Andrews, 8/25/1967.
All right, Mr. Andrews, you were arrested yesterday, charged with disobeying or resisting a mandate of the court. That's an order of the court, which in this case was the order of protection that you'd been served with a copy of. If you're entitled to have an attorney appointed to represent you, it will be at the next court appearance. A $500 secured appearance bond is set. Conditions of your release, if you are released, include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or initiating contact with victims or witnesses, and you must comply with the order of protection that has been issued and you've been served with. Because when you eventually get out of custody, if you violate the order of protection again, the bond will be much greater. Apparently, there's been a problem with you following the order of protection enough to where I set a $500 bond. In this case, your next court date will be in Peoria Municipal Court on May 29th at 9 a.m. And your order's right over there. I don't even get to say anything. Cedric Ige, and then it'll be Victoria Stevens. Full name, date of birth, please.
Cedric Ige, date of birth 03/12/2006.
All right, you, sir, were arrested yesterday and charged with one count each of the following: theft of means of transportation, a class 4 felony; assault with intent to injure, a misdemeanor; obstruction by refusing to give correct name, a misdemeanor; and criminal damage by defacement, a misdemeanor. Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you. A $2,500 secured appearance bond is set. Conditions of your release include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having contact with witnesses or alleged witnesses or victims in this case. Next court date will be June 3rd at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, and your order's right over there.
And that would have to be here, even if I'm not from this area.
Pardon me?
I'm not from Phoenix at all. I'm from California. And
Well,
just so happen to be
You
here.
have to post it's a bond you can get through a bonding company, $2,500. You post that, and they will release you. If they release you, you must make sure you hit your court appearance on June 3rd at 8:30 in downtown Phoenix.
All right.
All right, your order's right over there.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Victoria Stevens, and then it will be Jureel Daniels. Full name, date of birth, ma'am.
Victoria Stevens, 11/29/94.
All right. You were charged by, this is not what happened yesterday. You were charged by the county attorney's office by direct complaint with, on February 13th of last year, committing the offense of possession of narcotic drugs, simple possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony; possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. This warrant was issued on April 18th of this year with a $50 bond. Your problem primarily is what happened yesterday. And you were charged with aggravated assault, a class 4 felony. The Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you. It was a serious assault. I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,500. As you leave, if you bond out before your next court appearance, these conditions of release apply: not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having contact with alleged victims or witnesses. And if an order of protection is issued and you're served with a copy, you must comply with its terms June 3rd will be your next court date at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
Okay, so am I being bonded out?
Yeah, well, you've got the $50 on the drug case I just
Okay.
told you about. I'll keep in place. I would have released you on your own recognizance on that matter, but for the $1,500 bond, and if you don't get out, I want you to get credit on the $50 bond too. Yes, you can bond out. It's $1,500 and $50. If a bonding company, it's a bond you can get through a bonding company. It's not
Okay.
cash. There you go.
Thank you.
Jabril Daniels, and then it'll be Peter Romero. Full name, date of birth?
Jabril Daniels, March 16, 2002.
All right, Mr. Daniels, you were arrested yesterday and charged with the following. 1 count of aggravated assault, a class 4 felony, discharging a firearm in the city limits, a class 6 felony, and reckless endangerment, a class 6 felony. I appoint the public defender's office to represent you. A secured appearance bond has been set in the amount of $25,000. Your next court date is June 3rd at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. If you are released, you're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have contact with victims or witnesses. And if an order of protection is issued and you're served with a copy, you must comply with its terms.
Yes, sir.
There you go. The order's right over there. Peter Romero, and then it'll be Gabriel Gayton. Full name, date of birth, please.
Peter John Romero, 1/17/65.
All right, Mr. Romero, you were arrested yesterday and charged with aggravated assault, a class 2 felony. Public defender's office appointed to represent you. A secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000 has been set. Your next court date will be June 3rd at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have contact with the victims or witnesses. You understand?
Yes.
There you go. Your order's right over there. Gabriel Gayton, and then it'll be Hakeem Mirangabo. Full name, date of birth? Full name, date of birth?
Gabriel Gaitan, 02/25/05.
Okay, Mr. Gaitan, you were arrested yesterday and charged with 1 count each of the following: trafficking or attempted trafficking in stolen property. In the first degree, a class 3 felony, burglary. In the third degree, a class 4 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a class 4 felony, unlawful means of use of transportation or control, a class 5 felony, and possession of prescription drugs without a prescription, a misdemeanor. The public defender's office appointed to represent you. A $2,500 secured appearance bond is set. Conditions of your release: if you were released, and not to go back with us. The crime is alleged to have occurred or have contact with the victims or witnesses. And your next court date will be June 3rd at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. If you do get out, make sure you show up on that date and location, okay? There you go, your order's right over there. Yes? Somebody say something. Hakeem? Yes, one.
See that Bradford on the top?
I don't know who that is.
Good morning, Judge.
Which one?
You only got 38 minutes.
Oh, okay, that's why it's there. I didn't look. Okay, thank you.
If you refresh, he's right at the bottom.
All right. Full name, date of birth, please.
Hakeem Aaron Nyongabo, 12/16/91.
All right. Hakeem, let me get your case up here. You were charged yesterday with the offense of aggravated assault.
There was no physical altercation, Judge.
I'm
Just
telling
heads
you
up.
what the police report says. If you want me to read it to you,
Yes,
I
sir.
will. Class 3 felony, I appoint the public defender's office to represent you. We've got a moment here. Let me tell you what the Form 4 says.
Yes, sir.
Whoops.
Aggravated assault and a verbal
Hold on.
altercation.
Yep. Which number is this? It says that yesterday at 12:43 hours on North Metro Parkway, Walmart, you committed the offense of aggravated assault by intentionally placing another person in reasonable apprehension of imminent physical injury while in possession of a deadly or dangerous weapon.
Which were my
While
keys.
inside the establishment, you became belligerent and began opening multiple items inside the store. By the way, they have security cameras that has all this and
Yes, sir.
witnesses. All
That's
right.
how I would like to take it to
Well,
trial.
okay. I mean, you can tell me that it didn't happen, but you'll have to overcome that.
Yes, sir.
Walking around, throwing them on the ground while walking around the store. You had been asked to leave multiple times, but you refused to leave when approached by one of the employees. You pulled a metal object hanging around your neck and placed it in your right hand and took an aggressive stance, causing the employee to be in fear for his safety. All this can be seen on video surveillance, the employee backing away from you while the weapon is in your hand and you're lunging forward in a fighting stance. So that's what the police report says.
Judge Skiff.
I said is, and that's, and you've got the security cameras also.
Yes, sir. And just remember, Judge Skiff, I just got out of this same jail a few days ago. I've been getting followed over and over again from my condo to downtown Phoenix, from downtown Phoenix to ASU. At this point, I'm considering this harassment. The last time I was here,
I don't know anything about that.
I'm letting you know, Judge.
No, well, you listen, as far as I can tell, absolutely none of that has anything to do
Judge, shut up. I want to hear more. Tell him to explain more.
with what you were alleged to have done and photographed doing in the store yesterday. Now, you've got a complaint about something that doesn't have anything to do with what I'm dealing with today. And I recommend that, encourage you to seek
We give enough. We care.
help on that. If
I
you
will,
can.
sir.
But
I will.
I appoint the public defender's
It
office
looks
to
like it, yes.
represent this case. A $3,500 secured appearance bond is set. You're not to return to that location or have contact with victims or witnesses. And your next court date is June 3rd at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
I have no way of supporting myself with a bond, Judge.
Pardon me?
I have no way of supporting myself with a bond.
Well, that's unfortunate. Let me tell
Very
you what
unfortunate.
what is this number? 28.
I mean, I cannot
The
appear in
the
court.
county attorney's office
That's
wanted a
unfortunate.
$25,000 bond set.
I'm not surprised.
All right, then go ahead and have a seat over there.
Take that hat off, sir.
Christopher Marino. Full name, date of birth, please.
It's Christopher John Marino, sir.
Date of birth?
It's 2/24/75.
All right, you have two matters out of Peoria Municipal Court. It's alleged that, and you have not received a copy of this yet, that you committed the offense of criminal trespass. The warrant was issued on May 22nd with a $250 cash-only bond, but you didn't know about this as the initial arrest complaint that was filed. Then the other matter that you have out of Peoria Municipal Court will be, let me get that one right. Yesterday, let me get this up here and come on. There we go. It's alleged that yesterday you committed the two offenses of disorderly conduct by fighting, a misdemeanor, and criminal trespass, a misdemeanor. If I recall correctly, you've been asked several times before to not go on the premises that this occurred on. This offense is a...
Judge, they didn't say Simon Says. They just said, stop coming back here. But they never, ever once said Simon Says.
Also was alleged to have been committed in the jurisdiction of Surprise Municipal Court. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance on both of these cases.
Okay.
All right? You have a court date to appear. It'll probably be the same date on both cases. June 12th at 9 a.m. on one, and let's see if the other one is the same. Yes, June 12th at 9 a.m. in Peoria Municipal Court. Conditions of your release include not going back to the location where your arrest occurred yesterday. Make sure you make your court date. Because if you don't, a warrant for your arrest will issue with a much higher bond, okay?
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Paulette Musket, and then it'll be Kathleen Hawkins. Full name, date of birth, please.
Paulette Musket, May 4th, 1982.
All right, ma'am, you were arrested, let me get that yesterday.
Correct.
Charged with one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony, and criminal trespass. A misdemeanor. I appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You were also on probation when this is alleged to have occurred yesterday. You had been convicted of a felony, and the probation department had, well, where am I on this? Okay. Yes.
Linus, what does this say?
All right.
What does it mean?
Let me make sure.
Linus, what does that mean?
Right. Okay. You were arrested yesterday for criminal trespass, a misdemeanor, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a misdemeanor. Then, you are on felony probation, and your probation officer, rather than place a hold on you, has requested that we do the following. On the new charge yesterday, you're to be released on your own recognizance. You'll be supervised by your adult probation officer. You must contact him or her within 72 hours. Your next court date in the charge that you were arrested on yesterday will be in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, on June 11th at 8:30. You got to contact your probation officer.
What does that mean?
Within 48 hours, notify him or her that you've been released. Then, on the probation violation matter, which your new arrest constitutes a term 1 violation, I am releasing you on your own recognizance to appear in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, on June 3rd. Let me see if those two dates are identical. No, I'm sorry, June 11th and June 11th and, well, the probation violation matter will be quicker, June 3rd.
Can I take a side trip? Can we do a field trip really, really, really quick? Because I think I found it a Netherlands court, a Netherlands trial. I'm a little nervous because it looks a little too long for us. I don't think you guys. I just want to see a part of it. Can I just take a field trip just for 1 second? Because if we can get a Netherlands trial, but I don't know if it's in English or not. Hold on, I'm just looking real quick. I don't.
All rise.
Oh my gosh, it's in English. Oh my gosh. Guys, it's a little long though. I don't know. I want to so bad, but you guys are going to get bored. You're never going to be able to hang out. Oh, look at it. It looks so good.
The hearing is resumed, and I'll give the defense the floor. I don't know how long you'll be speaking this time, but perhaps we could give you an indication. We'd like to have lunch round about 1 o'clock. Yes,
I
we
would
were
like to
thinking
have
along the
lunch
same lines.
all the time.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, the
I
additional
don't know.
copy has now been given to everybody. So for the listeners, I am
Look, it's an advocate.
roughly halfway through my parallel
Advocate.
investigations section. And we're talking here about the OVV, that's the Dutch Safety Board, Woodside and Primo.
Wait, Bill said you didn't have power. You didn't have electricity over there. Did Bill lie? Okay. Here's what it is. There was a plane crash. Oh, it can't be day 50 because this is the first video. Hold on. I'm going to show you what I see. That does say 50 though, doesn't it? All right, in 2022, there was a plane crash. MH17. This is the MH17 trial. At the Schiphol, whatever. And there was a bunch of countries involved, not just the Netherlands. All right, the Netherlands, Malaysia, Australia, Belgium, and the Ukraine. An international criminal investigation of the cause of this plane crash. So this happened in 2019 or before. But this is how long it is. Oh my goodness. It's really a lot longer than I thought. I thought it was just this long. And that's just wrong. It's not. It starts in 2020. We can't watch it. It's way too long. It spans over 3 years. Oh gosh, I want to so bad. But you know what's going to happen if I do this? We're going to get to the end of this stream right here in the first year, and then everybody will be bored. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Oh man, that would have been so good to have. It's fine. I'm going to press play and cry for a second because we cannot stay. We don't have that much of attention span. We just don't.
You've got two different. Everything I've told you is printed on the release order that you're going to get. So contact your probation officer within 48 hours and let them know that you've been released and what your court dates are. And make sure you show up for your court dates, all right?
Okay.
All right, right over there. So your order. Kathleen Hawkins. And then it will be Pablita Valencia. Full name, date of birth.
Kathleen Hawkins, 2986.
All right, ma'am. You were arrested yesterday, charged.
I don't know. I can't see. It's pretty fuzzy. But being a mom of 3 kids, that sound I heard when she walked by was an ice pack. Did that not sound like an ice pack? I can't see, but I suspect somewhere in here she's injured. She's got an ice pack on. I wonder what she did wrong. Let's see.
With burglary, a class 4 felony in this case, and criminal damage, a class 5 felony in this case. I appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'm going to release you on what we call supervised release. You'll be released. There'll be a phone number on the paperwork you get. Within a few days of your release, touch base with pretrial services at that number. They just want to make sure that they can communicate with you and you can communicate with them if you've got any questions. Conditions of your release include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having contact with alleged victims or witnesses. Next court date, June 11th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. And your orders are right over there.
Thank you.
Pablita, yes. We've been calling since 4:50.
He submitted it at 4:50.
Okay. All right. Listen. Full name, date of birth?
Pablita Valencia, 11/18/87.
All right, Ms. Pablita, you are here because a direct complaint has been filed charging, it's alleged that on July 24th of 2023, you committed the offense of possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony, possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. You didn't know anything about this. The warrant issued in May of last year. I'm going to release you on supervised release. Your next court date, whoops, let me get your case here. There we go. I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you. You're being released on supervised release. Your next court date will be June 11th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. On your release papers will be a phone number for pretrial services. Within a few days of your release, contact them and touch base with them, all right? All right? Okay, your order's right over there. Ahmad Davis. Full name, date of birth?
Ahmad Davis, 8/13/94.
All right, Mr. Davis, you are here because the county attorney's office has filed a complaint against you by direct complaint, charging you with criminal trespass, a class 6 felony in this particular case. It's alleged to have occurred last July 26th. I'm going to, let me make sure, yeah, I'm going to release you on supervised release. You'll be released. You need to call pretrial services within a few days of your release and touch base with them. Your next court date will be June 11th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. You're not to return to the location where this is alleged to have occurred. I'm not appointing counsel at this time because pretrial services says that you're financially capable of hiring your attorney. If that you don't believe that is correct, you can, in any subsequent court proceeding, request that an attorney be appointed, okay?
Yes, sir.
You know, yours is right over there.
All right, thank you.
All right, let me look at 31 and 32. 31, let me get over to the summary. Oops, FOJ. Which state was this? Let me see. The form. I remember this. Okay, is Ronald Bradford here? Okay. Let me see. I wonder which state that was. Just a moment, please.
I love that heavy breathing. Oh, yes.
Okay, full name, date of birth, please.
Ronald Bradford, April 4th, 1976.
Okay, you sir were arrested here in Maricopa County. We'll get to that matter. Yesterday, charged with one count of criminal trespass of a residential structure. That's a Class 6 felony. The public defender's office appointed to represent you. You also, when you were arrested, they determined that you have a warrant from another state. And so that affects what I'm going to do on your new arrest. I appoint public defender's office to represent you. A secured appearance bond is set in the amount of $500. You're not to return to the location where this is alleged to have occurred. And the next court date will be June 3rd at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Now, the matter of your fugitive warrant, let me see what I can find on it. I get, you were on felony probation, I guess, at this, which state was it?
I think so.
Where?
Oh, what state is it? Kentucky or Tennessee?
Which state, when were you on felony probation? I mean, which state?
Kentucky.
Kentucky?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, anyway, and they issued a warrant for, this warrant is alleged to have been issued on December 5th of 2023. Let's see what it says here. As are many arrest warrants when someone's on probation or parole. It's a no bond warrant. So do you read the paperwork we gave you?
I can't understand it.
Okay, well, let me give you a brief summary, and you can ask me any questions you want. If you're arrested on a few.
Why does this judge even bother to ask them if they read the paperwork? Just, it never ends well. I saw what you did there too. We don't bury survivors here. Well, sometimes we do, but not on purpose, but sometimes on purpose. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Twitchy. Go to bed. And thank you so much.
The warrant, it's a civil matter. You're not entitled to have an attorney appointed to represent you, but you can hire your own. The problem you have in this case is a no bond warrant because you are on felony probation. And you have basically two choices. And neither time limit that I'm going to explain to you starts to run until your local charges are resolved. Okay? But if you didn't have the local charges, you could waive extradition, and the state of Kentucky would have up to 30 days to pick you up, day one being tomorrow. If the state of Kentucky didn't pick you up on the 31st day, you'd be released by us, but the warrant would still be in place. But that's if, well, anyway, that's very unlikely going to happen. If you want to not waive extradition and fight the matter, the states of Arizona and Kentucky have, I don't know, 60 or 90 days to complete extradition proceedings. The only thing they have to prove is, number one, there's a valid warrant for your arrest. Number two, you're the person named in the warrant. It's pretty simple. But the time limits that apply to the waiver, the extradition proceedings don't start to run until the local charge that you've been arrested on is resolved. So you don't have anything to gain by waiving or not waiving at this particular hearing. You'll have plenty of time in the future. You can waive it at any time in the future. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that you don't waive. Put not bailable as a matter of right. He chooses not to waive. And your next hearing in that matter will be June 9th at 1:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. And you can request discuss with the judge at that time any questions that you may have. Then on the local matter, I appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'm setting a $500 bond in that case. All this I put on the record before. Your next court date will be June 3rd in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. If you are released, you're not to go back to the location where this is alleged to have occurred, okay? So until that new arrest, the trespass charge, is resolved, none of the time limits that the paperwork we gave you concerning the kind of warrants that were issued by Kentucky or any other state don't run until a resolution. Either you were convicted and sentenced or it's dismissed or whatever. It has to be resolved entirely before the time limits start to run on the Kentucky warrant.
Okay, I have a question. So,
All right?
I have a question. So if I bond out,
Well, the thing is, I set a bond so that you'll get credit. Well, you're not going to be released no matter what because of the Kentucky matter.
so could it come get me at that time, or?
Well, when the local case is resolved, and it'll probably take a couple of months, then if you want, you can waive extradition, and then when that happens, Kentucky will have up to 30 days to pick you up. You can waive anytime.
Yeah.
You can waive today, but I don't want to take the time to go through it because it doesn't make any difference, because the times aren't going to start to run for probably another 2 months, okay?
Until I get it resolved.
Pardon me?
Until this case get resolved.
Yes, the trespass case.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna put in your case, you do not waive. You're not bailable as a matter of law, and your next court date will be June 9th at 1:30 on the warrant from Kentucky. There you go. We'll give you a copy of the order in just a minute. All right. Have a seat. All right. We've got several house calls here. Brandon,
I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know how to fix it. I don't understand. Maybe I've been banned. Who knows? But I set up OJ. It's ready. But I don't know if we're going to have any chat. Oh, I got chat now. They just wouldn't give me chat. But they gave me chat finally. So that's all I have for today. Well, I have a lot more, but I have to stop. I don't have any choice. I have to get to OJ because it's almost 8 o'clock. Thank you so much for coming out. I really, really, really appreciate it. Happy birthday, Twitchy. And I shall see you all again very, very soon. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Got these lights that ghost digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom, eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no